Alright, so what's up guys? Welcome to What If Goku and Bardock went to Earth. So before we start this video, skip to this timestamp because I'm gonna give you like an intro. It's gonna be a little annoying and I know not everybody likes that. Alright, so if I sound a little weird throughout this video, it's because I'm working on like mic placement and where to put my mic. So we open up where Broly movie and also Dragon Ball Minus if you've read that. Bardock is on the ship with his squad mate and they're just talking about how it's weird that, all the Saiyans have to come back, and Bardock's squad mate is like, oh, what if there's a world so strong that they need every Saiyan alive to like conquer it? And then, Bardock is like, I don't know, like the Frieza forces, gotten big enough to where Frieza doesn't even need us anymore. And then, they joke about it. And, everyone kind of thinks Bardock is crazy because when he gets to Planet Vegeta, he's asking about the Super Saiyan and all that. So, it's that regular intro. When they go to send Goku off, right, Gine is just like pushing not to leave him by himself. She's just like, come on, we can't just leave our son. He's so young and he's pretty weak. He only has a power level of like 2. They do go with Goku and they actually leave through the other side of the planet, but they still go to Earth because that was the planned destination. So they'll still go to Earth because they can't go to any civilized planet. Bardock and his family will be hunted on any civilized like Frieza planet because Frieza's probably going to want to get rid of every single Saiyan, right? So while they're flying there, they're all on 3 separate pods and Gine is flying in the back, and she actually gets shot down while they're leaving the planet by like a Frieza ship that's making sure no one Saiyans leave. But Goku and or Kakarot in this what if and Bardock are able to escape, but they don't realize that Gine's ship has been destroyed until they arrive to Earth. Once they reach Earth, they notice that Gine, or Bardock notices that Gine isn't there, and Goku asks about his mom, and then Bardock says maybe she just like took a little longer to get her pod, like went somewhere else on the planet. So Bardock takes Goku and he puts him on his back or on his shoulders or wherever, and they fly around for a couple hours looking for Gine, but they can't find her. So eventually they go back to the landing site. They sleep inside their pods that are halfway destroyed, but at least there's shelter and it's more comfortable. So Bardock puts his pod next to Goku, and we know Bardock is pretty kind-hearted, like, even more so than we thought after like the granola arc and everything he did on Planet Cereal. After a few days of hanging out next to Gohan's house, Grandpa Gohan, they're eventually discovered by him. Gohan is like suspicious of like why there's like weird people from space, because obviously they came from space, because he heard it the other day, and when he went to investigate he saw the pods but he didn't touch them because he didn't know what they did. And also during that time Goku and Bardock were looking for Gine. And so what happens is that Gohan is like, do you guys want some food or anything? Bardock is just like, leave us alone, I don't want to talk to you. Right, he's in a bad mood because he doesn't know where Gine is. Goku is kind of just annoying because he's a little kid and he hasn't hit his head yet, so he's a little bit more rowdy. Goku's not gonna be evil or anything. He's not even gonna be like Raditz, or because first of all, Bardock is not that bad of a guy, and the only reason Raditz was like that was because he grew up with Nappa and Vegeta. Goku would be like smarter, obviously, because he didn't get brain damage, but he's pretty much the same Goku, but less forgetful, less silly. He's kind of like his father. He's just like suspicious and skeptical of a lot of things. So he's like Vegeta, but like nicer and less prideful. And, like, I guess like he's so like uptight, but he's not as uptight as Vegeta. He's pretty like laid back. So Goku and Bardock, after a few days, after Grandpa Gohan tries to get them to eat like food with him and dinner with him, and they've just been like hunting those like giant fish that we see in the beginning of Dragon Ball. Goku's getting tired of the fish, and Bardock is like, fine, if you want to go with the old man, you can go with the old man and get some food. So he goes off to go eat with Gohan, and then Bardock gets mad because he just said that angrily. He didn't expect Goku to actually go eat with him. So then he goes after Goku, but gets to Goku. Goku can't fly because obviously I think Bardock would train him in like very like simple things, like he would teach him technique, because Saiyans don't like train to become stronger, but I think they do train to like understand how to do things. Like you train to walk, but you don't train to fight. Goku rides to Grandpa Gohan's house and is like, hey old man, hungry, and I know you offered us food. And Grandpa Gohan, he's nice. And then Bardock arrives like 2 minutes later. Stay away from my son, I don't want you talking to my son or being near my son. If you do, I'll kill you, right? And obviously Bardock wouldn't kill Gohan, but he's just like distressed right now. He's kind of paranoid and stressed, especially since he hasn't heard from Gine. At this point, like 2 weeks they've been on Earth. So we'll do a little bit of a time skip. It's been a year that they're on, and about 6 months into that year, Grandpa Gohan and Bardock did actually get closer, but well, just because Goku was pretty weak and Bardock wanted someone to train him, and after he's seen like Gohan trained by himself, he was like, that's good for Kakarot, especially since he's so weak and he's never really trained himself. He doesn't know how to train other people, and he's trying to get Kakarot to be stronger. He was born with a power level of 2. Now he's about a power level of like 16, and he's pretty young at this time. So Bardock, allows him to train with Gohan. He's pretty busy because he's trying to find a way to get to space or like fix his ship. So Bardock is watching, one day Goku practices martial arts, and Goku's a little annoyed that Bardock is forcing him to do this, but he kind of likes it because he does feel like he's getting stronger, and Bardock just doesn't have time to train Goku because busy going around the world trying to find like technologies and intimidating like billionaires and people. And so one day he stumbles upon the Breeze family home, and he's like, I heard you guys are tech giants and you're geniuses, and I need you guys to fix my ship, right? And then Dr. Breeze, he's pretty surprised that there's an alien. He's asking for help, and then Bulma is like, why don't you just use the Dragon Balls to wish to fix your ship or wish your wife here? Bardock was like, what's the Dragon Balls? And he's like, and then Bulma explains to him what the Dragon Balls were. Not are, because they're still around. Kami's not dead. Goku doesn't really know what's going on, and he remembers Gine, but not too much. Like he remembers a little. He remembers like them leaving and saying that she was gonna come. So he was confused why like she wasn't there. But as he's like getting older, his memory of her is starting to fade a little bit. So one day, Bulma comes to Grandpa Gohan's house, and then she's like, oh, I'm here to see Bardock, and Goku's like, why are you here to see my father? Because he's confused. And then she's like, oh, that's your dad? And then Goku's like, yeah, what do you want with him? Because Goku, remember, he has the suspicious nature of Bardock. And so then Bulma's like basically explains to him that she created a Dragon Ball radar, and she remembered that he was interested in it. And then he's like, what's a Dragon Ball? And then Bulma explains what a Dragon Ball is to Goku. And so then Goku knows that Grandpa Gohan, or Master Gohan in this case, has like one at his house. So Goku, he's like, all right, I'll take you to the old man's place, because Goku knows that she's not a threat, especially since she knows his father. So then Goku asks Grandpa Gohan about like if she can take it, and Grandpa Gohan's like, sure. And then Grandpa Gohan also tells him to do some special training. He's like, your father put me in charge of your training, so you're gonna go with her and basically be our bodyguard, so you get to know the world and different fighting styles. So Goku's actually kind of annoyed but also excited at the same time, because he's like, oh, I don't want to babysit somebody, but he's also like, there's other fighting styles that I can learn and I could become even stronger. So Goku here is just trying to become stronger, and Bulma wants a boyfriend, but she has to talk to Bardock about it first, because she's kind of intimidated by Bardock. She's not scared of Goku at all, because she kind of thinks of Goku like, she doesn't take him seriously, but she takes Bardock seriously because of like his stature, and he's just like menacing aura. And so then Bardock walks in as soon as Bulma has like Dragon Ball in her hand, and then Bardock puts 2 and 2 together, and he's like, why are you collecting the Dragon Balls? And then Bulma explains to him that, oh, she's gonna use it for herself, but if he wants it to go and find, and then Bardock cuts her off, and he's like, no, it's fine, you could use it. And then Goku, because he doesn't want Goku to know that he's looking for his mom yet, because he doesn't want Goku's hopes up. And so the original Dragon Ball happens where they look for Pilaf gang. The Pilaf gang gets obliterated. It's not even fair. Goku at this point, he's done like a little bit of like training with Bardock, not like fighting like he is with Gohan, but like more basic skills that Saiyans have, like Ki Blast and flying and things like that. And so his ki control overall has become like stronger, so he's become stronger. I would say his power level around here is about 75, because Bardock hasn't trained him yet, but he will, because I know you guys like to see super strong Goku. Goku goes on the mission, and he actually does not turn into a great epi. He just escape with his regular powers, right? Let's skip to the next like major part. So actually, during the King Piccolo arc, Bardock leaves the world to go look for Gine, look for clues. So he's gone during that whole arc, right? And actually, this is the first time where Goku meets Krillin, and also he meets Master Roshi, also Ten Shinhan. But Ten Shinhan is still part of the Korean school. So Goku joins the tournament because Grandpa Gohan tells him to. And he knows about Master Roshi, he just never met him. Master Roshi doesn't really know about Goku. Like, he's heard about like a strong warrior. He's also felt Goku's ki. And by this time, Goku has a power level of 125. And after that, Grandpa Gohan is like, I've taught you everything I know. You're gonna have to find another teacher. Hey guys, quick interruption. If you made it this far into the video, obviously you like it. So why don't you like and subscribe and stay ready for part 2. Goku bodies everybody at the tournament. He even fights Master Roshi, and it's Master Roshi, not Chan, because he has no reason to disguise himself. So he fights him. Roshi loses, and Goku's pretty like proud of himself. And Goku does know he's not the strongest because obviously his father exists. So there's no need for that lesson. Grandpa Gohan wants to introduce Goku to everybody, so they go and they eat like they do in the original. And actually, Krillin gets killed when he goes into that back room in the tournament. Goku finds out, he's pretty annoyed because obviously he's not a bad guy. So he's like annoyed that someone got killed, especially like Grandpa Gohan's like here in martial arts. So he'd obviously respect Krillin because Roshi's the master of Gohan and Gohan's the master of Goku. So obviously there would be like some mutual respect since they're kind of part of the same family of martial arts, like teachers, I guess. Goku, he goes to investigate. He sees Tambourine and he actually chases him. He interrogates Tambourine, and then Shinhan tries to fly after him, but Shinhan's significantly weaker than Goku, so he's not quite like as fast as him. So Shinhan, he's like traveling after him. Shinhan finally arrives. He sees Tambourine's dead body. He sees like Goku is just like lifting away. He's trying to like shout to Goku to wait, but Goku is just ignoring him because he doesn't know who he is and he doesn't really care. And what's it called? So Goku gets to King Piccolo's like hideout. He sees a peel-off gang, and then he gets annoyed again because originally he didn't kill them because they kind of like ran away before he could kill them. He didn't really care enough because they got their wish, and so he didn't really think they were a threat. Also because like when they did, like they captured him because Goku like wanted a challenge. That's the only reason why they were able to capture him the first time. But once like he didn't get a challenge, he was kind of bored, so he broke out. Bulma was pretty annoyed. She was like, "Why would you allow us to get captured and potentially killed?" And that's the problem with Goku. He's a little more selfish. It's kind of more of like an anti-hero in this because Bardock is not a hero, but he's just like a nicer Saiyan. He's kind of like more decent. Goku, he shoots a blast towards a peel-off gang, and King Piccolo watches it and he sees how strong Goku is. So he's a little intimidated, and he hasn't wished to be young yet. And so he looks at Goku and he's like, "If you want a challenge so bad, let me become young. I'll give you a challenge." So then Goku's like, "Okay." He feels Goku's power, but he's pretty confident that he like young and also with all his kids can defeat Goku. He doesn't think anyone on Earth is a threat, especially since Bardock isn't there. He wishes to be young again, and Kami's pissed because he's like, "How could you allow this to happen?" Like it's kind of like Vegeta and semi-perfect Cell situation, like exactly that. And Kami's the Trunks in this situation, and then Goku's like, "Don't worry about this, I got it." So they start fighting and scrapping, and Goku and Piccolo and King Piccolo are like evenly matched. And so Goku finally turns it up, and he just starts like beating the crap out of King Piccolo because he starts to get bored after a while because he's like, "That was fun. Like he probably giving me the best fight outside of my father." He kind of sounds like Frieza when he says that, right? He's like, "You're done. Like it's over. The fight is over." So he blasts him through the chest. He gets clapped, and then after that happens, Bardock arrives right after King Piccolo's dead, and he spits out an egg, and Goku, he watches the egg go away, but actually Kami grabs it instead of Goku because Goku was gonna destroy it, and then Kami was like, "Wait," and he grabs the egg. Because he sees he's still alive, so he must think, he's like, "I'm gonna go seal away this egg, right?" This egg, right? And so then Goku's like, "Okay, that's cool. You could do whatever you want, just as long as that egg doesn't become something like Tambourine and kills somebody else. Then if you can keep track of him, because he knows like Kami's technically like the god of Earth or whatever. So he's like, he should be responsible enough."
Hey guys, so I have to do an AI outro because I couldn't record one. If you don't like that, it's okay, because this won't be the norm and this channel won't become one of those trash Ari what if channels. Anyways, like and subscribe. See you guys next time.